So one of our most popular videos to date has been our tour of the food on the Disney Fantasy. We thought it might be a good idea if we switch things up and do a ranking of the food on our trip to San Diego.
And we were self-catering, so we didn't eat out a lot. But the 7 things we've listed are the 7 things we enjoyed the most when we were there.
So here we go.
Starting us off at number 7 is Aslan's Gyros. And no, we did not need to go through a wardrobe to Narnia to get this. In fact, it was right on the corner of the street we were staying at in Mission Beach.
Is it gyros or gyros or gyros?
Gyro, I think it is. We're not sure. If you do know the correct pronunciation, please tell us in the comments below.
We were staying on Mission Beach, self-catering in a VRBO, but right around the corner and all around Mission Beach there is a wealth of places to eat. They all look really good. Some of them are on the beach on the Pacific side, and some of them are actually on the road, on the main strip in the middle of Mission Beach, and there's a ton of places to choose from.
Because we were out and about seeing all the different sights of San Diego, we didn't really eat in Mission Beach as much as we could have because there was so much choice. However, for lunch, we did decide to stop at the gyros place. As I said, it was right around the corner from where we were staying. I opted for falafel in a pita wrap, which was really, really good. And Tony and the boys had chicken.
Because we live in the UK, we go to Greece as often as we can. It's only a few hours away, and we love gyros. We love Greek food.
And these were really good. They were quite authentic and had lots of salad and vegetables in, which we really enjoyed.
Coming in at number 6 is San Diego Zoo, which technically I know is not a restaurant. However, we were there on Christmas Day and there's a ton of places to eat within San Diego Zoo.
As far as theme park food goes, it was pretty decent. There were lots of different places to choose from, doing all sorts of different types of food.
As you may know from previous vlogs, I'm a sucker for sippers, and they sell sippers that you get free refills for once you've bought them. They're available at all the food outlets. We chose to eat lunch at the Chinese, the Poway Cafe, sorry for the pronunciation, and there's a lot of different things to choose from.
Yes, Tony is a bit of a sucker when it comes to drink cups. I, however, do like a holiday special, and I had the Holiday Harvest beef and broccoli, and it was really good.
Yeah, but going back to sippers, the ones at San Diego Zoo are really hard to open for the first time. They're really hard to navigate that straw.
Once you've made your order, you're given one of these table buzzers that you take away, and obviously when it buzzes, you go back and collect your food. We also ordered a side of pot stickers, or as we call them in the UK, gyozas. The beef and broccoli was really good, and so was the orange chicken.
Overall, we planned to go to San Diego Zoo, but we weren't expecting it to make this list in terms of our favorite food, nor were we expecting it to be number 5 also. Yes, San Diego Zoo at nighttime, that's where we had dinner. This was on Christmas Day.
We'll be covering San Diego Zoo in a further vlog, but I do recommend the lights. If you're there in the holidays, it's definitely worth staying into the evening because the lights are really wonderful.
On this night, we ate just to the left of the entrance at one of the Korean stands. I had the Korean buffalo wings with fries, which were amazing. And the kids had Korean loaded fries, which was a similar thing. They were buffalo loaded fries. Beth had the chicken and waffles, which she ate too quickly for us to film.
One of our last mornings in San Diego was spent in Little Italy, which we were surprised wasn't as touristy as we thought it would be.
Yeah, it's quite a charming neighborhood, and unlike other Little Italies like you'd find in Manhattan, for instance, it's not overly done. It's just a normal neighborhood with a Little Italy sign. You might not know you're there without the sign.
And some really good choices for restaurants, which is fantastic. You don't even have to have Italian food. There's all sorts of things there as well.
Speaking of a variety of food, we thought we were going to eat at the market in Little Italy, which is an indoor food market. It's open year-round, and we went in and we thought that was 100% where we were going to go for everybody's tastes. However, once we went in, it was a little bit more crowded than we thought it would be. A lot more crowded than we thought it would be. And the food on offer wasn't quite what we wanted. In fact, we struggled to find anything actually Italian there.
Yeah, there's some really good choices, lots of different stalls and things, but there wasn't a ton of Italian food. So we headed back down to the main road and we found a table outside at a restaurant called Nonna's.
You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I believe Nonna is Italian for grandmother. And this was right underneath the Little Italy sign, right underneath that archway that greets you as you come in. And our table is literally at the base of that sign. We couldn't have asked for a better place to eat.
Was this the best pizza we'd ever eaten? Well, no. We've spent quite a lot of time in Italy. We're very lucky. However, it was decent, and the setting more than made up for it. It was such a great table, great location, and we had a really good time. One of the most popular places to eat in San Diego is the Gas Lamp Quarter. And while we enjoyed walking around, we were there in the day, not the evening. There wasn't much open when we were there, to be honest, and the things that were open were either very expensive sit-down restaurants or they were chain restaurants that we could have gone to anywhere. So we had a wander around and decided to give eating there a miss. Now, I know in the evenings it's popular, but again, as you know, we have teenage children, so we didn't really want to go somewhere that was going to be full of bars and probably people drinking.
It's funny Beth should say that, because coming in at number 3 is basically a bar where people are drinking. At least that's what they did in Top Gun. Yes, it's the Kansas City barbecue, which I didn't even know was here.
We literally just stumbled across this and I thought, oh no, this is going to be awful.
Made famous by Tom Cruise, obviously, and Kelly McGillis in Top Gun. This is the restaurant where Goose, played by Anthony Edwards, and Maverick sing Great Balls of Fire, as you can see right there at the piano. And they also sing You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' by the Righteous Brothers. The piano is still there, as is all the Air Force memorabilia, which is real. It's nothing to do with the film. This is a real place with real badges and real memorabilia up absolutely everywhere, plastering the walls, ceilings, even the ceiling fans. There is a ceiling fan made of women's bras. Don't know why. Don't even want to
Do
ask.
you not think maybe it is a ceiling fan covered in women's bras rather than made of them?
I don't even want to find out. But the food was surprisingly decent given the venue. In fact, the chips, or the French fries, were some of the fluffiest I've ever had in my life.
It was good, solid food, and the atmosphere was great, so a real hit for us. At number 2 on our list is Cafe Coyote in the old town of San Diego. Now, again, there's lots of really nice looking places to eat Mexican food in the old town, which is what we were looking for. And I did a bit of research, and every time I searched for the best Mexican food in the old town, Cafe Coyote came up. So we made sure to get a reservation ahead of time, and that's where we ate. We had quite a while to wander around the area, which was really nice beforehand. We also had booked a tour of the Whaley House, which you will see in our next vlog, which covers what we did in San Diego. Again, that's not to be missed. So we managed to see some of it in the evening once the sun had gone down. Again, that was really atmospheric for the Whaley House. If you know anything about the Whaley House, you know it's meant to be the most haunted house in the US. So it was nice to see that in the dark. But as I said, more in a later vlog. Back to the food.
And if you don't want to miss our upcoming vlog with our night ghost tour of the Whaley House, the most haunted house in America, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Traveling with Teens, and while you're there, give us a little like.
It's completely free and it really helps us out.
She means giving us a like, not going to the Whaley House. That costs a little bit of money. Cafe Coyote is right across from Whaley House, and on your way in you can actually see them making tortillas as you enter. It's a very big and very busy Mexican restaurant, with good reason. It's one of the best I've ever had outside of Mexico, and I think Beth agrees.
It is very busy, but they manage the crowds really, really well. I do recommend getting a reservation though. They do walk-ups, but people were being told they'd have to wait about an hour. So again, if you really want to eat there, I would advise booking ahead.
You walk into this courtyard area full of tables and full of people eating, but there's 2 different levels to eat on, at least that we saw. There might have been a third that we didn't come across. It was a massive, massive restaurant. We were led into this side room, again, full of people, full of families eating.
What I would say is if you can be in the main part of the restaurant, that's probably better. It did feel a little bit in this part of the restaurant that we were in like a kid's room.
While we were waiting for our food, our waiter brought us free tortillas and salsa, which was a really nice snack as we were waiting for this. This was the fish tacos ordered by Beth. I had the California tacos, which actually has French fries inside of it. I was dying to try that. and it didn't disappoint. The boys had burritos with extra cheese, and I know they didn't regret the burritos, but I think they maybe kind of regretted the extra cheese.
So it's a very busy, very loud restaurant, but we really enjoyed it. It's got a great atmosphere and it took our number 2 spot on our favourite things to eat. For me, this was my out and out favourite, I think before I even got to San Diego, and that's the Hamburger Factory in Poway.
Yeah, it's not even in San Diego, it's outside in the suburb of Poway, which is a quaint little town, at least the center of it is quaint. There's a railway station and lots of historical things to look at. There is a variety of restaurants you can go to, but the Hamburger Factory for us was the main point of stopping in Poway, and boy, are we glad we did.
We do talk about Poway and our visit to the Hamburger Factory in our previous vlog, and we'll put a link in the description below and also on the right hand corner of your screens.
Now, as an American, the Hamburger Factory kind of reminds me of restaurants when I was a kid. I didn't grow up in the West at all, I grew up in the Midwest, but the way the decor is very backwoodsy, was absolutely reminiscent of a different place in time in Americana.
There was lots of choice on the menu, and to be honest, for California, it was all really reasonably priced. Of course, being called the Hamburger Factory, we all went for burgers. I went for the black and blue burger, which was full of blue cheese, and Tony and the boys went for the Orn burger, which was a hamburger with a fried avocado slice on top.
The boys were not at all sure about the fried avocado because they ordered the same thing, but it was like an onion ring, just mushier in the middle.
That's my burger. That's me.
We ordered the burgers medium rare, and this is what medium rare looks like at the Hamburger Factory. What they surprised us with:
the world's smallest sundae.
this is actually a menu item. It's only $2 for the world's smallest sundae, but they brought them to us for free.
Which was really kind of them, and we really enjoyed it.
Big shout out to you, Hamburger Factory, for giving us a fantastic meal and being our number 1 slot.
And making me want to come back right away.
And speaking of coming back right away, we'll be back in just a few days with videos about our trip to San Diego and all of the things that we
All
did.
the different things we did, the free things and the things we paid for.
So you're talking about San Diego Zoo and the USS Midway and
La Jolla, seeing sea lions, we cover it all.
So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.